Hello and welcome to episode 30 of Zero to Hero. Yes, welcome back to episode 30 of Zero to Hero. I'm Wes, and in today's episode we'll be taking on Grimsby Town and Lincoln City in League 2. Now, first of all, I'd just like to apologise for the poor sound quality compared to my previous videos. There is some technical issues with my microphone that I have as a standalone microphone. It doesn't seem to be working at the moment. So that I can keep recording, I'm currently using the microphone attached to my Skullcandy headphones. Unfortunately, the quality isn't as good, but it means I can still record and release videos in the time being until I can get that sorted. Now, since you were last with me, it's been a bit of mixed form really. We started really well in the season, and we went on quite a long unbeaten run where we managed to get up to first place in League 2. But then, in the last episode, you saw us beat Port Vale 3-0 away from home and then lose to Barnet 3-0 away from home. We managed to follow that up with a 4-0 win at home against Crewe, who at the time were in third place, something like that. We convincingly beat them at home. 2 goals from Addy Owen, 1 from Ioma and 1 from Merrick Arthur. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep that winning run going. We drew our next game 2-2 against Crawley away from home, and we could only follow that up with a 3-2 loss at home to Wycombe Wanderers. 2 goals from Addy Owen there put us back at level pegging. We were 1-0 up 22 minutes in, then they equalised in the 65th minute, and we instantly replied to go back 2-1 up. And then they equalised in the 77th minute, and just while we was trying to close this game out for a draw, Charlie Walford managed to get himself sent off for a second bookable offence and conceded a penalty in the process, which meant we lost 3-2. And in the last game, which I was actually supposed to record, but I completely forgot and went in and played the game anyway, we drew 2-2 with Stevenage away from home. Goals from Ioma and Andy Lacey there. It was a stoppage time equaliser from Lacey as well. We were 2-0 down just after half time, and Lacey managing to come on as a substitute and score an equaliser for us, which saved us really. So today we'll be taking on Grimsby Town, who are in 23rd, and Lincoln, who are currently in 2nd place, just in front of us, because we are now 3rd in Sky Bet League 2. Because of the few losses we've had, we have slipped down, but we are still in an automatic promotion spot. We're only 5 points behind Oldham in 1st, and only a point behind Lincoln, who we play in the 2nd of today's games. So we're going to go on to the first game against Grimsby Town, my local side, and they're struggling this season. They're down in the relegation zone at the moment, and this is the team that we're going to be using to try and take on Grimsby Town. We're going with a starting 11 of Howard in goal, Walford, who comes back into the side after a suspension, Ioma, Humphreys and Daly Campbell at the back, Yearwood coming back from an injury. We have really missed Earing and O'Connor, and Ivandro replacing Easy, who hasn't played well, playing in just behind a front 2 of Barr, who's come back from injury, and Addy Owen, who once again has been in very good form this season. So we keep faith with him. Andy Lacey's on the bench despite scoring the equaliser in that last game. So on the bench we have Jananson, Hayes, Arthur, Easy, Barkworth, Matthews and Lacey on the bench. We're not going to go with a counter mentality. We have been playing counter when we've been playing teams higher up the table. It may be how we line up against Lincoln in the next game, but we're going to go with control, considering our superiority over Grimsby. Structured team shape with retained possession, shorter passing, exploit the middle, look for the overlap, close down more, get stuck in, be more disciplined and higher tempo. I'm hoping we can pick up a win in this game. We should do really. They're 23rd in the league, but then we did lose against, I think it was Barnet, who were down there in the last episode, and they absolutely hammered us. But we've had quite a decent record against Grimsby. We did manage to beat them last season, so hopefully we can pick up a win against them again this season. And we are at home as well. We are favourites for this game. They are coming out and attacking against us as well, so hopefully we can get a few goals that way. But we have gone 1-0 down, 5 minutes in. A long-range strike from Dembele. We just couldn't do anything about that. We seem to be struggling from to defend set pieces at the moment, and there was nobody was marking anybody in that penalty area, so it could have been a lot worse. We defended so well at the start of the season. I really don't know what's gone wrong. Ioma picks up the loose ball at the back. Humphries plays it back to Howard, who goes for the long ball trying to find Barr but can't find him. Ioma with the header to O'Connor. Adi Adoin out wide to Walford. Can he find the cross? He doesn't. He cuts it inside to Yearwood. O'Connor now back to Yearwood. Back to O'Connor. Walford again wide. Earring with the nod through to Adi Adoin, and that is the equaliser. Just a minute after conceding the opening goal. Some nice football from us, passing it around in the midfield. O'Connor sprayed it wide to Walford, who crossed with his weaker foot. Earring with the nod on, and Adi Adoin makes no mistake at close range. That's better from us. We need to be winning this game, really, to try and go above Lincoln and press our advantage against them in the next game. But I think they've dropped down to 4, so I think they're losing their game at the moment. They're 1-0 down to Oldham, so Oldham doing us a favour. We could do with that ending in a draw, really, because then it means Oldham were still within touching distance. But we've got the ball back in midfield. Adi Adoin through on goal again, and that's his second, puts us 2-1 up, 21 minutes in. It was a great ball forward. I can't remember who it was from. Earring had the ball first. Yearwood then played it out to Walford, and it was Walford with the fantastic ball from very deep, playing through Adi Adoin, and that's his second of the game. We have moved up to second as a result of that. We are still 5 points behind Oldham. After a shaky start, we're looking a bit more convincing now. I say that as we're defending. Can we stop the cross? I think that just hit the bar. We were lucky there. And now Barr with the ball to Walford, and that's the end of the highlight. Another set piece, and once again we've conceded. We seem to concede from every set piece. I need to have a look at my set piece instructions, because we're awful at defending set pieces, and everybody is just capitalising on that. Every single team we play are capitalising on that, and we don't really want that at all. So I think some work needs to be done in training. Good save from Howard there to keep it at 2-2. If we can get in at half-time at 2-2, that'll be great. And we have. So I think second half we really need to come out and have a go at them. If we can just nick a goal. If we can go a goal up, then I will look at changing the team shape and the mentality just to see the game out. Our defence are having a terrible game, as you can quite clearly see in the highlights. Grimsby threw on goal again, and we was lucky that went wide. I think we're going to be making some changes pretty soon. We've got the edge on fitness against Grimsby, though. We are much better with our conditioning. Ioma having a terrible game, which is strange for him. He generally plays very, very well. One of our best defenders. But he may be the first one to come off. Amadou Barr also not having the best of games. He has been out with injury, so we may bring Lacey on as well. But first we're going to bring on Hayes for Ioma. I've just noticed Walford's on a yellow card again, so we need to keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't get sent off again after just coming back from suspension. We're going to bring on Lacey as well. We're going to play him as a poacher, have 2 more attacking forwards, because we've got Evandro on the support role who can feed them. Other than that, we're going to... In fact, I'm not going to bring on Hayes. I'm going to take Hayes off. And I'm going to bring on Barkworth, because he played very, very well when we had players out through injury and international games. So we'll give him another chance, because he is our player. rather than playing another low knee. And he's just won the ball back there, already justifying his substitution. A big ball forward to Lacey, who forces a save out the Grimsby keeper. Evandro with the corner, can't find anybody, but Adi Adone picks up the loose ball, plays it to Yearwood, to Barkworth. Earring with a long shot, and that was never troubling the keeper. We're 76 minutes in, still at 2-2. Barkworth with another header, defending really well. Earring with the ball now on the edge of the box and shoots just wide. We've got a free kick now with Evandro, and he's just forced to say, oh, he must have hit the post because it's not a corner. We're 80 minutes in. We're going to make our final substitution, and we are going to bring off O'Connor because he's not playing well at all, and we're going to bring on Merrick Arthur for him and have him play as... We're going to keep him as the Mazzala, but we're going to put him onto attack, and we're going to go on to attacking team instructions. We're going to pump the ball into the box. We're going to still look for the overlap rather than the early crosses. We're going to go more direct, roam from positions, be more expressive, and we're going to close down much more. We're going to take off get stuck in, though, because we don't want to go down to 10 men. We've got a couple of players on yellow cards, Walford being one of them, who has got history of being sent off already this season. Yearwood with the ball clear. Can't find anybody, though. But we're pressing very high up the pitch, which is good. Lacey with the ball now. Back to Barkworth, who can't find anybody, but Humphreys wins the ball back. Yearwood with it now to Earring. Forward to Adi Adoin for his hat-trick, and he's got it. That's 3-2. That's his first hat-trick for us, and that moves us up to second. And after this replay, I'm not even going to watch the replay. I'm going to change the team instructions now. We're going to go down to counter. We're going to drop slightly deeper, go down to a normal tempo. We're not going to exploit the middle, look for the overlap or pump it into the box. We're going to go more disciplined, stick to positions, shorter passing and retain possession. And we're going to use tighter marking as well. Just to see this one out. I did say when we went a goal up that I would change things around, and that's exactly what I've done. I'm nothing if I'm not a man of my word. We're into stoppage time now. Hopefully we can just see things through. Humphreys. What the hell was that? Humphreys playing the ball back to Howard, and it's just gone straight in the back of the net. A completely stupid own goal. Now we're going to have to go back onto overload. We're going to have to go on to fluid, and I'm going to have to undo all the changes that I made before, all because of a silly back pass. I don't know who was really at fault there. I'm guessing it was Howard. It was completely... It wasn't even under any pressure. Howard wasn't even looking, and Humphreys played the ball back to him, and that was just ridiculous. And I think now we're going to only get a point from this if we're that lucky, because Howard comes running out of his area to try and win the ball. Barkworth with it now, and that's full time. And that was really disappointing. An own goal in stoppage time, stopping us from taking all 3 points. Okay, so we're ready to take on Lincoln away from home in our second game of today's episode. We're going to name an unchanged side just to give the players another chance to get a win. So we've gone with Howard in goal, Walford, Ioma, Humphreys and Daly Campbell at the back, Yearwood, Earring and O'Connor in midfield, and Evandro playing in behind Bar and Adi Adoin. We are this time going on a counter mentality, structured team shape with the same team instructions as before, purely because Lincoln are a better team than Grimsby this season so far, and we just don't want to lose. We want to try and grab a win if we can, and I think the best way to do that is to counter attack. We are level on points with Lincoln at the moment, but we are in third by goal difference. if we can win this game and Leyton Orient fail to win, then we should go above them as well in second place. Oldham have pulled out a 7-point gap on us as well, so we need to be winning a few games. We have still got to play Oldham twice this season, so if we can beat them, then we can close that gap. But 22 minutes in and still no highlights. We've got exactly the same amount of possession each. We've only had one shot. A free kick from Ivandro though, and headed over. I don't know who it was. 30 minutes in, very few highlights in this game. I think we're going to go on to control just to see if we can create a few more chances. Otherwise, it's going to be a very boring game. Ioma not having the best of games again. He seems to have not played well, despite when I brought Humphreys back into the side, for some reason I put him on the right hand side of the back the two centre backs. But wow, what a goal from Charlie Walford! A fantastic free kick, 43 minutes in, right on the edge of the area, and a great free kick from him. We see him do that for us at FC United, and that's put us 1-0 up just before half time. That goal just came out of nowhere, and we've gone in at half time 1-0 up. It doesn't look like many of the games have got goals in them so far. In this week of the game, we can create a few more chances, pull out a bit of a lead second half. Ivandro with the free kick, and that's just gone over. Again, we've got the fitness edge on Lincoln, like we had on Grimsby. Once again, it's the same players not having very good games. Amadou Ba playing terribly on a 6.3, as is Ioma. And I think it's about time I made some substitutions. They've just made a triple substitution. I'm going to bring Barkworth on again. He played so well when he came on in the last game. I should have really started him. And Bart is coming off for Andy Lacey once again. And we're going to play him as the poacher on attack. 2 more attacking forwards. And I think we're going to bring off Earring. He's not having a very good game. And we're going to bring on Sam Matthews for him. And we're going to swap O'Connor and Earring around. O'Connor and Matt, that right. We're going to stay on control for now. Try and grab another goal. But this win will see us go up to second place as things stand, because Leyton Orient haven't scored in their game. Howard picking up the ball. Can he start a counter-attack? He's played it up to Lacey. O'Connor through to Adeodoyin. Back to Matthews. Plays it wide to Walford. Walford with the cross. Adeodoyin at the back post. And that's 2-0, 74 minutes in. A goal and an assist from Walford today. It was a good ball out from Matthews to find him in the first place. And then a great cross all the way through to Adeodoyin and headed in at the back post. Now I think I'm going to drop it back down to counter just to see this game out. And we're going to change some of the team instructions. We're going to drop a bit deeper. Slow the tempo down. We're going to stick to positions. And we're going to use tighter marking. And we're going to dribble less. Because then we've got less chance of losing the ball. We would still be 7 points behind Oldham as things stand. They're 2-1 up against Blackpool at the moment. We've only got 5 minutes left in this game. And hopefully we can just see it out. Not do anything stupid like we did against Grimsby. Matthews with the ball now. Trying to play it through but can't find anybody. Walford with the ball again. Through to Lacey. Can he square it? He has. He's found Adeodoyin, but it's just high and wide from him. Couldn't get his second goal. We're into stoppage time now and we're defending. And that was just a long shot from them. And that's 2-1 deep into stoppage time. Only got 2 minutes left and I'm hoping we can avoid conceding an equaliser. It was a good strike, to be fair. He had a clear shot at goal. I think that's going to be it now. Hopefully it will be. Barkworth with the ball at the back. Plays it back to Howard, who clears it right up the pitch. Surely this is going to be it now. Yeah, that is it. We've won 2-1 and moved up to second place as a result. It was a good game. Really, we should have won both games in today's episode, but we obviously just switched off at the last minute against Grimsby, which means we've only taken 4 points from the last 2 games, where we should have got 6. I think a few changes to personnel is going to be needed going forward. I mean, Amadou Ba hasn't been in any sort of form like he was last season, so I think he may be having an extended period out of the side, and give Lacey a chance up front. We're probably going to come back. I know we've got Barrow, my old club, soon. We've also got Leyton Orient in the Checker Trade, last game of the Checker Trade Trophy group stage. I'm not going to show that. We've got the FA Cup first round before that as well. I think we're going to come back. We will come back for the Barrow game. We're going to come back and play Barrow and MK Dons. So we're going to play 3 games behind the scenes and then come back for the next episode. If you like that, please give it a big thumbs up. Smash that like button. Please subscribe for more Football Manager 18 content. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Facebook at WeaselGamer for both of those. And thank you very much for watching.